Lesson 64, Semicircles. This is really fun. It's just going back to circles, but now we're going to work with just half of a circle. That's what a semicircle is, half of a circle. So we have two formulas. We have the formula for a semicircle, or half of the perimeter, which is r pi. Now, where do we get that from? Well, if the circumference is 2r pi, and we're only using half of it, we have to divide by 2. The 2 cancel, and this r pi is what we have for our formula. Same thing happens here with the area. The original formula for area is r squared pi, but now because we are using only half of the circle, we have to divide by 2, and that is our area. Now, in this case, we cannot cancel the 2's, so that would be the formula. Make sure you copy these formulas in your formula sheet so that you have them there whenever you need them. So let's look at this first example. It says, find the perimeter and the area of this figure. Dimensions are in meters. This figure has 3 different shapes in it. If we cut here, there's a triangle. If we cut here, then we have a rectangle and a semicircle. So let's start by doing the perimeter. Remember that perimeter is the sum of all of the sides around it. So we're going to add, let's start with 11.18. So 11.18 plus 15, if we go in order, plus, and then we have this little curve, and that curve is going to use the formula we saw before. So it's just going to be the radius, which is 5 times pi. So I'm going to put here 5 pi. We don't have to multiply or anything, we just leave it like that. And then 10. Now, if you had calculator, you could multiply this times 3.14, but since we don't use calculator in this level, we're just going to leave it like that. So we add the like terms. The like terms are the ones that have pi together and the ones that don't have pi together. So this is the 11.18 plus 15 is 26 plus 10, 36.18 plus 5 pi, and the dimensions are in meters, so that's our answer. Now for the area, we have to find the area of the triangle plus the area of the rectangle plus the area of the semicircle. If we do it like this, it's very easy to see what we're doing. This is the process. This is telling the person looking at your work what you're doing. So formula for triangle, base times height divided by 2. Formula for the rectangle, length times width, or base times height. And for the semicircle is r squared pi, but in this case divided by 2 because it's half of a circle. The base of the triangle, we have to look for it. We know this is 10 and this is 15, so we have to kind of cut here. That would be 10 here, 5 here. And then this radius is 5, so this is also 5. So the height of the triangle is 10. So I'm going to put 5 times 10 divided by 2. The length of the rectangle is 10, and the width is also 10, so it's actually a square. Remember, drawings are not always done at scale. And then for radius, we're going to use the 5, so 5 squared pi divided by 2. If we simplify this, we're going to get 25 here plus 100 plus 25 pi halves, or 25 halves pi. And then we add again only like terms, so we're going to have 125 plus 25 halves pi. And in this case, it's square meters because it's area. And that's it. Very, very simple. If you need to go back and look at this example again, or at least the part of the area, then do so, because it's important that it is clear and that you know what you're doing. 64.2, it says find the perimeter and the area of this figure. Dimensions are in meters. Now notice in this one we have 3 shapes that are very clearly defined right now. It's a rectangle and 2 semicircles. The 2 semicircles are different, so we have to work with them separately. Now before I start finding the perimeter, which is the first thing we're going to do, let's find all of these missing sides. So let's do first the curve. This curve is 4 pi. We said it's just multiplying the r times pi. And in this one is 5 pi. Now, how long is this? What is the width of the rectangle? Well, if this radius is 5, then also this other radius is also 5, and this would be 10. And in this case, this would be 4, and this would be 4. So the length of the rectangle is 14, because we have to add the 6 also. So 6 plus 4 plus 4. Now that we have all of these measurements, let's add them together. I'm going to start with 4 pi. Okay, so remember, always go in order so you don't leave anyone behind. 4 pi plus 10 plus 14 plus 5 pi plus 6. And if we add like terms, that's going to be 30 plus 9 pi. And that's it. Remember, you cannot add those two things because they're not like terms. We cannot say the answer is 39. It's 30 plus 9 pi. Now for the area, we're gonna do the same. Remember, it's good to do the drawing so that you have like a map of what you're doing. So we have the semicircle there on top, then we have a rectangle, and then we have another semicircle that is in this direction. So then we write the formulas. Then we substitute, so it's gonna be 4 squared pi divided by 2 plus the length is 14 and the width is 10 plus the 5 squared pi divided by 2. And this is 16 pi divided by 2 plus 140 plus 25 pi divided by 2. I'm not going to simplify the 16 divided by 2 because I need it in half so that I can add with 25 so we can have the same denominator. So we add now like terms, and it's 140 plus 16 plus 25 is 41 pi over 2. And again, this is square meters because it's area. And that's our answer. So this is very simple. You just have to be very organized and do things carefully so you don't forget any of the details. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.